Colin Osborne and Mark Walsh are ready to enter the fray here in Frankfurt. To do that, they need a big introduction from our MC for this evening and the tournament. A warm welcome to the one and only John McDonald.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're live in Frankfurt, Germany! It's the partypoker.net, the European Dart Championship, brought to you by the PDC and live on ITV4. Welcome to where the action is. Then let's meet our players in this best of 9 legs. Firstly, would you please welcome from Abbots Langley, it's Walshy Mark Walsh! And now, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit of magic from Derby. It's the wizard, Colin Osborne!
On this first match, Alan Warren a little and our own man of steel, the tungsten-tipped John Rawling.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you for the big build-up. This could be a very, very entertaining game. Colin Osborne and Mark Walsh, on the face of it, Alan, extremely well matched.
Yeah, definitely. Two players very much in form. Colin Osborne won the German Darts Trophy just over 2-3 weeks ago. Played each other 5 times, these two, 3-2 to Colin at the moment, but never played each other on TV. They did play each other recently in the Championship League Darts, drew 5-5 at that point there, both qualified for the finals but never got to the later stages of that tournament. So very difficult to call this first game.
Well, there's Mark Walsh, 43 years old, from Abbots Langley. Colin Osborne, the younger guy by 10 years, the Derby man. And Walsh, well, he's had his problems. He's suffered from dartitis, the dreaded word in darts, but he's back. He's forced his way back into the top 32 and he's playing well.
He certainly is, yeah. Very much similar to Yips in golf. Really struggled 2.5 years ago. Looked like he was going to pack in. His head was down, he was shaking, he couldn't throw the dart, couldn't let go, but he's dug in and he's got himself back into the top 32, currently number 22, and really, really playing well. These two very well matched, so it could be down to that big finish, somebody make a mistake, miss a double at the end. That could be the difference in this short format.
Walsh, who won the 8th Championship League of Darts, got past Adrian Lewis and Dennis Priestley to do that, so those are a couple of decent scalps on his record not too far back.
Yeah, very, very good tournament that on the internet recently. 8 players playing a round robin, best of 10 legs. A lot of good practice for the players. A 9-darter hit by Adrian Lewis in that tournament. Here we go, Walsh is starting the proceedings.
And as ever, so important, isn't it, just to get yourself in there and make a statement, get into the head of the other guy.
Well, we always say that you've got to win your throw. Mark Walsh has won the ball in the back room there when they were practicing. So he wins the throw, and that could make a big difference when it gets later on in this match. Very short format, as we've mentioned. It moves up to best of 17 in the second round, but best of 9, very short, although you've got to win by 2 clear legs.
Yeah, best of 9, and some of the real big guns of the tournament, they're going to be a little bit nervous about that. Phil Taylor can be a slow starter. I saw with the bookies 11 to 8 on to win the tournament, 16 to 1 on. We've got him coming up for playing later on tonight, Phil Taylor, against the qualifier Jacko Barry. But in this short format, players vulnerable.
Yeah, definitely. Very difficult. You just want to get into the tournament. Colin Osborne moving here for the first 180. Very big 180 score, Colin, just underneath there, but seems to be finding his way quicker than Marcus.
Just deflected out, just.
Well, still early days, but it's so important to get that first leg on the board, especially Walsh. He threw first in this leg. So doesn't want to give the advantage straight to Colin Osborne. Won that German darts trophy, as we mentioned, just 2 or 3 weeks ago. Playing very well on the floor, but yet to make his mark on TV.
Colin Osborne had a couple of hours practicing with Andy Hamilton yesterday. They were down here in the practice room putting in the hours.
100.
Yeah, a lot of tournaments nowadays, but you've still got to put that practice in when you're not on the hockey, on the TV or in the Pro Tour. So many tournaments now, nearly every weekend somewhere around the world. We're jetting off somewhere here in Germany 100. This weekend.
Got to be a difficult one, that one, marrying up the demands of the tournament. Such a lot of travel involved in it now, and of course the exhibitions which you put in as well, and still finding the time on the practice board.
Colin looking here now to set something up. 100 will leave a nice Shanghai finish. 120, 140 leaves 80. Walshy moving in. 141 finish. Needs to start with the treble 20. If he hits that, he'll probably go treble 18. Now he'll stay upstairs now. He needs to set this up well. That's a bad second out there, even though it's taken the odd one off. He needs a treble 12. He's only left 100, so the onus now on Colin Osborne to take the first leg against the throw.
80 he requires. He's missed a treble 20. 20 for double tops. He's got the single. Now the double for the opening leg. And gets it against the darts. Key strike straight off for Colin Osborne.
Yeah, straight out of the blocks, Colin Osborne. Big score in the middle of that leg. We'll talk about the key components of darts. Scoring, set up and finish. Scoring, both players slow to set off there, but Colin at that 140 left himself the 80 and pegged it out in the third dart to win the first leg. Not just the first leg, but also against the throw. Coming downstairs for the 19s. He's got a bad lie there.
99.
Couldn't see the treble, so I had to move down. Nothing wrong with that to start the leg with, so Walsh needs to step up a gear here.
100.
Well, as we mentioned before, best of 9 legs, but it has to be won by 2 clear legs. But if it does go to 7 apiece, we'll have the tiebreaker and have the crowd on the edge of the seats in this first game. The first game of the first round, 60. Always difficult when you're the first 2 players up on the hockey.
I know when we're looking at the running order tonight, Alan, this was one of the matches which we thought could really be a tight one. Could be nip and tuck all the way. Career record between them 100. Suggests that's going to be the case, but Walsh is a little bit slow to settle into this one so far.
Well, I actually tipped these 2 as an outside chance to get in the tournament, but they unfortunately drew each other in the first round. So it's who just